monk called Savonarola denouncing everybody. I think the bonfire of vanities comes from that age. He got Michelangelo to throw his own pictures on the bonfire because this was sinful and this was all vanity. So I think what stops innovation is anxiety. If we let go of the ordinary, we keep creating new and we get more and more anxious. And so these ages of creation come to a sudden grinding halt. And we've got to try and recreate it.
You actually taught students in Singapore about innovation. What were you teaching specifically? Were you teaching them to be more innovative, or? Well,
we're trying, and it's been reasonably successful. I had a student. I say a student. He's 54 years old. Tan Teng Ki is his name. He's Chinese Malaysian, and he was my PhD student at Cambridge. And we thought long and hard about what variables increase innovation. And he came back to Singapore and he applied to the government, who were very interested in what they call technopreneurship, which is high-tech innovation. And he got a grant of 5 million, and he's been running courses, subsidized courses, on technopreneurship for the last 5 or 6 years. And I decided to evaluate those, and I've created a methodology that is too complicated to explain here, but it purports, and I think it does, measure levels of innovation, and it's been spectacularly successful. I mean, I compared it with the normal education undergraduates receive. This is a postgraduate course, and the ratings were much, much higher. The excitement was much higher. The passion was much higher. The boldness was much higher. You've got to get people raised in China and Korea to show off. My Korean students at this university I'm teaching at now, they are shy. They've been brought up to be modest. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to conquer this need to be modest. So you get them to play off, you get them to perform, you put them on a stage, you dress them up in fancy clothes, and you get them to pretend that they're pitching in front of a venture capitalist. You've got to teach them to perform.
Well, it's only recently that the concept of innovation even became so important in terms of economic development. Do you think the demand for innovation is going to continue for some time?
It's going to go through the roof. And the reason is that once you become reasonably affluent, you can no longer beat China on low costs. You can no longer beat Costa Rica on low costs, or Brazil. They pay their workers less than you pay yours. So producing a winning business strategy that depends on being the low-cost supplier doesn't work anymore, and your only hope is to produce a product that other people haven't thought of yet, like Samsung produces the liquid crystal display, and this is very complex to make. It needs huge investment, and for at least the next 3 or 4 years, Samsung will do very well. But it's going to have to come up with something new, because the people come racing after you with lower wages, and in time Samsung will find that somebody makes LCD cheaper than they do, and then they will have to come up with something else. So innovation makes you gives you a temporary monopoly, but maybe it only lasts 2 or 3 years.
So you have to continue to be innovative.
You have to continue to be innovative.
You claim that innovation also includes luck and chaos. How does luck play into this?
Well, if you look at the theory of evolution, according to evolution, there are accidental chemical changes in our genes, and these produce ever new versions, and most of them are not an improvement, but say 1 in 20 or 1 in 30, you produce an extremely beautiful looking woman with a wonderful figure, and she is somewhat more likely to reproduce because men find her so desirable. So you will get a lot of random lucky changes, and this becomes enormous. This is chosen. So it isn't that we don't choose, it's that there is chance, and followed by chance there is choice. Tropical fish may come up in every rainbow color, and another tropical fish says, I like the look of that fish, and therefore the most beautiful looking fish, according to the viewpoint of a fish, also reproduce. But human beings also have eyes, and they treasure them. And also we raise tropical fish in aquaria, and we may deliberately breed the most beautiful looking fish. So it is a mixture of chance and choice. And you find lots and lots of accidents. People sit down, people are in a laboratory, they sit down on a test tube by mistake, it sizzles. An intelligent person asks, why does it sizzle? The fact that I sat down on it by mistake, and it's embarrassing and everyone's laughing at me, forget that. Why does it sizzle? And I think it was Pasteur who said, fortune favors the prepared mind. So you get a piece of luck, but if your mind is prepared and you're asking questions, then you learn to turn the luck to your advantage. But there is a lot of chaos. I mean, customers want things. They don't want things because you've supplied them. They just want things. And a customer's demand is chaotic. It's random. They want all kinds of things. And if you allow this chaos, as it were, to break over you and try and sort it out, then you will find method in the madness. You will find themes within the chaos. So chaos is just a word. I mean, oceans, rivers, waves on the sea are chaotic, but if you look very carefully at a whirlwind, or if you look very carefully at a whirlpool, you'll see that it has laws within it. So you've got to find out what the law within the chaos is. So don't take chaos literally. We're not talking about randomness. We're talking about a dynamic disturbance.
Sure. I'd love to sit here and talk with you forever, but unfortunately our time is up. So let me thank you very much for sharing your expertise with us today.
Good.